Angeline Romano Talino, all the way from the cave capital of the Philippines, Mabinay, Negros Oriental. 20 years old and a college student, currently studying in the Negros Oriental State University in Mabinay, taking up a program of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Philippine. So this is my self-video presentation for the task number 4 in A301, the teacher and the school curriculum. Do you know what is the big difference between the Philippines and the South Korea when it comes to education? Today, I will discuss the comparison of the two schools and learn what makes them unique and how they develop and organize to give the best education. So every country have different development program, organizational structure, and teacher engagement system. I will discuss to you, and together we will know what and how this different system works, and hopefully you will get some ideas and learn throughout my discussion. So I am going to share the comparison of the following. First is the comparison of a teacher qualification for the Philippine Basic Education secondary level and the South Korea. So what are the standards of the both countries when it comes to qualification in the teacher? Next is the professional engagement of teacher. So is the Philippines supporting our professional growth, or it is the government concerned to the faculty members and etc. Third one is I will try to look a sample of a faculty department program. And the last one is the organizational structure. So the structure of both countries, like in the Philippines, we have here a supervisor, principal, assistant level chair, and parent chair, etc. So how would this structure was crafted? To begin with, let's start with the teacher qualification in the Philippines. So the standard teaching credential in the Philippines is a 4-year bachelor degree. So elementary school teachers are qualified through a Bachelor of Elementary Education, and the secondary school teachers through a Bachelor of Secondary Education. The curriculum for both this program are tailored to the level of education and is set education subjects, education-related subject specialization, and practical teaching. For those with bachelor degree in the other field can also qualify to becoming a teacher by completing a postgraduate program in education. And these postgraduate programs range from 1 semester to 1 year in length and are completed by awarding a credential most commonly referred as the Certificate of Professional Education. Meanwhile, the qualification of the South Korea, the easiest answer to the most qualification questions about teaching English in South Korea is it depends. Depending on the city, the age of students, the type of school you want to work at, and then the qualification differ greatly. However, there are some boxes you should check off across the board. So these are the qualification required to the South Korea. First is be a native English speaker from approved country to teach English on E2 visa. So assuming that you don't qualify for an F-series visa. So you must be a native English speaker from a recognized English-speaking nation such as the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, or Australia. Second is the bachelor degree. To legally teach English in South Korea, you must have a bachelor degree from an accredited university. The degree major does not matter. Next is clear criminal record check. Of course, in Korea, you'll be hard-pressed to find a job if you have any charges or conviction because a clean national level criminal record check is required to receive an E2 teaching visa. The DUIs and misdemeanors too will disqualify you, but don't worry about the traffic violation. Sometimes required teaching certification. While not all English jobs in Korea require teaching certificate, most do. A TEFL, TESOL, or the CELTA certificate with 100 or more course hours are all equally acceptable. Many private academy jobs don't care where the accreditations is for or from or whether it's done online, but certain public schools job may require you to a certain number of live hours within a physical classroom. And also, in South Korea, it is nice to have a master degree in relevant field. While not necessary, if you have a master degree in education, TESOL, linguistic or related field, you may qualify for a high-paying university jobs. Some Korean skills, I didn't start learning Korean until I was on the plane to Seoul. But knowing some Korean before you arrive, especially if you aren't going through EPIC, will make your life abroad dramatically easier. Even just learning to sound out Hangul letters will help. Additionally, many schools will ask you to speak only English in the classroom. But sometimes, young children will not respond to English commands such as, "Sit down please." Knowing some Korean can make class time go more smoothly. The benefits of getting TEFL certified is, though you can definitely get a teaching job in Korea without more than a college degree, it's been beneficial to get TEFL certified, especially if you're aiming to teach at a more professional level. If you're interested in working at a public school, I would highly recommend pursuing a TEFL, TESOL, or the CELTA certificate. Korea's APIC program, a government-sponsored teaching program, actually requires applicants to have a TEFL certificate, so you'll have more options as well. Another benefit in TEFL is that it increases the chances that you will get paid at a private school. Figuring out where to start with TEFL certificate is tricky, but we've got a guide on TEFL certificate to help you out. So the similarities of both countries is that when it comes to qualification of teacher, they both need a bachelor degree, though the South Korea depends on the city, age of students, and the type of school you want to work at. Now let's have the professional engagement of the Philippines. Teachers model effective learning. They identify their own learning needs and analyze, evaluate, and expand their professional learning both collegially and individually. So teachers demonstrate respect and professionalism in all their interaction with the students, colleagues, parents or careers, and community. They are sensitive to the needs of parents, careers, and can communicate effectively with them about their children's learning. So the teacher value opportunities to engage with their school, communities within and beyond the classroom to enrich the educational context for students. They understand the links between the school, home, and community in the school and intellectual development of their students. So the Philippine government should focus on providing more support for teaching in developing economies like Philippines to ensure that educational challenges in country and Asia Pacific will be addressed. Now the third one is I will show you a sample faculty development program. So here is the sample. When we talk about faculty development program, it is the process of providing professional development training and coaching to faculty members to help them improve their
Sample
work
faculty
performance,
program.
particularly in specific areas such as teaching and research. Its vision, mission, core values, and guiding principle as a learner-centered public institution, the faculty members program provides appropriate and relevant education experiences in the aspect of intellectual development, physical development, spiritual development, and the social development to the faculty members who are at the forefront of teaching, learning, research, and community engagement in the specific disciplines. Challenged by globalization, increasing demands of industry, and the influx of the K-12 curriculum is committed to the develop and innovation in their fields of specialization and pursue holistic growth as person and as learners. So while the faculty development program has the faculty members' integral growth as its immediate end, ultimately, it is the students who will benefit the presence of holistically trained faculty members whose pursuit for excellence is to build a culture for a learning based on collaboration, teamwork, and shared vision. So this program is only one of continuing efforts that seek to ensure the vitality, relevance, and effectiveness of its educational mission, and the faculty development program is ensured on an overarching principles of the Department of Education to develop and sustain quality faculty committee to a lifelong personal and professional improvement and services. And then the last one is the organizational structure of the Philippines and the South Korea. So let us have first the Philippine structure or the organizational structure. The Republic Act 9155 Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001 DepEd Management Structure. To carry out its mandates and objectives, the department is organized into two major structural components, which are the central office and the field offices. The central office is maintained to the overall administration of basic education at the national level, while the field offices are responsible for the regional and local coordination, administration of the department's mandate. Republic Act 9155 provides that the department should have no more than 4 undersecretaries and 4 assistant secretaries, with at least 1 undersecretary and 1 assistant secretary who are career service officers chosen among the staff of the department. At present, the department operates with 4 undersecretaries in the areas of program and projects, regional operation, finance and administration, and the legal affairs. And for the assistant assistant secretaries. There are also 4 in the areas, which are the program and the projects, planning and development, budget and financial affairs, and the last one is the legal affairs. At the sub-national level, the field offices consist of the following: 16 regional offices, including the Autonomous Region in the Muslim Mindanao or the ARMM, each headed by a regional director, and 157 provincial and city school divisions, each headed by a school division superintendent. Assisting the school division offices are the 2,227 school districts, each headed by a district supervisor. And then under the supervision of school division offices are 48,446 schools, broken down as follows: 40,763 elementary school, and then 36,234 public, and 4,529 private. And for the secondary level, overall there are 7,683. For the public secondary schools, there are 4,422. And then for the private there are 3,261. Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, a bill transforming the name of the Department of Education, Culture and Sports or the DECS to the Department of Education, and redefining the role of the field offices such as the regional offices, division offices, district offices, and the schools. Implementing rules and regulation principles, the Department of Education must serve the students and the teachers. Its primary constitutes the principals and the school administrator, and teachers in charge must exercise instructional leadership, sound administrative management of school. The school is the heart of the formal education system. The parents and the community shall be encouraged for an active involvement. Now, for implementing rules and regulation powers, the Secretary of the Department of Education shall exercise overall authority and supervision over the operation of the department. National level, in addition to his or her power under existing laws, the Secretary of Education shall have authority, accountability, and responsibility for the following. First is formulating national educational policies, formulating a national basis education plan. Third is promulgating national educational standards, and the fourth one is monitoring and assessing national learning outcomes, is undertaking national educational research and studies, enhancing the employment status, professional competence, welfare, and working conditions of all the personnel of the department, and the last one is enhancing the total development of learners through local and national program and or the subjects. Implementing rules and regulation, the regional director, there shall be as many regional offices as many be provided by law. Each regional office staffed for programs, promotion and support, planning, administrative, legal, and fiscal services. Section 7, Powers, Duties, and Functions. Defining a regional education policy framework which reflect the values, needs, and expectations for the communities they serve. Developing a regional basic education plan and developing regional education standards with a view towards a benchmarking for an international competitiveness. Monitoring, evaluating, and assessing regional learning outcomes, undertaking research project, and developing and managing region-wide project may be funded through official development assistance or other funding agencies. ensuring strict compliances with prescribed national criteria for the recruitment, selection, and training of all staff in the region and divisions. Another one in Section 7, formulating and coordination with the Regional Development Council the budget to support the regional education plan, which shall take into account the educational plans of division and the district. Determining the organization component, the proposed staffing pattern of all the division and district, and approving the proposed staffing pattern of all. Now, let's have the organizational structure in the South Korea. Composition of the Fair Trade Commission. The Fair Trade Commission is composed of a commission, a secretariat, and 4 regional offices located in the metropolitan cities. The commission is composed of 9 commissioners, including the chairman. The chairman and the vice chairman are appointed by the president upon recommendation by the prime minister. Second is operation of the Fair Trade Commission. The chairman represents the Fair Trade Commission and oversees the supervises the public servants belonging to the commission. When the chairman is unable to carry out his or her duties due to unforeseen circumstances, the vice chairman acts for the chairman. The commissioners are 9 in all, including the chairman and the vice chairman. Among them, 4 are non-standing commissioners. There are term of office in 3 years which can be renewed only once. The meetings of the commission take place in the form of a full committees or a subcommittee. The full committee is presided over by chairman with the participation of all 9 members duly elected and seated. The full committee deliberates on matters relating to enactment, revision, modification, or interpretation of the acts, decrees, and notification relating to the fair trade. It also reaches judgments regarding cases for which objection have been filed and deliberates on and reaches decision and other related matters. Decision at the full committee require the concurrence of a majority of the members duly elected and seated. The subcommittee is composed of 1 standing commissioners and 2 standing commissioners, and its meeting are presided over by each standing commissioners. The subcommittee deliberates and decides on ordinary or the like cases or matters referred to it by the full committee. Decision by the subcommittee require the anonymous consent of all the members. Now the Secretariat. The Secretariat is composed of 6 bureaus that are in charge of developing policies and dealing with cases, along with the Office of General Counsel, who is responsible for the affairs relating to Commission meetings. The Fair Trade Policy Bureau is responsible for the coordination of the fair trade policies, economic deregulation, and international cooperation in competition policy. Fair Trade Policy Division establishes and coordinates basic plans relating to fair trade laws and policies, research and development of competition policies, promotion of public relations, and inter-ministerial cooperation. Competition and Deregulation Division improves anti-competitive laws and policies. International Affairs Division establishes international competition policy, strengthening bilateral cooperation, and reviews international contract. International Affairs Division 2 reinforces cooperation in competition policy at international organizations such as the OECD, WTO, UNCTAD or UNCTAD, and the etc. The Bureau of Investigation is in charge of planned investigations. Investigation Planning Division establishes investigation plans and gathering information. Investigation Division 1 and 2 investigate certain business sectors.